Hello, hope you're doing well. I truly hope that you have had a really great week of training so far. Today, we want to improve our diagnostic skills a bit. It is essential that we explore how we can better diagnose and accurately describe the health conditions of our horses. Often we read things, read books, and say, man, how do you actually get to this level? How can one start? By writing. Of course, this is the path that I took. When I started recording these videos and how I even got this idea, to put it very briefly, from the time I started learning, all the material that I'd see at every club I went to, by the arena, seeing a trainer teaching, I'd learn and hear and see on Instagram or wherever, or I'd ask questions from different trainers. Whatever anyone taught me, I'd write it down in my phone's notes, then come home and write it in my special notebook. I have a notebook that's quite thick, and I've written down everything I've learned. For example, Mr. So-and-so told me this about that topic that day. Horses like this should be worked like that. Horses of this type, this way. I don't know, like this before feeding, after feeding, or for competition, this is good, that's bad, or this medication. I also have a notebook or a planner for medications because when I started, hell, getting a vet was hard, and calling a vet all the time, my horse owners wouldn't cover the costs. Well, my field is horse breeding, and I started reading the labels of various medications that vets would say to buy, like use this for 5 days, give this to the horse for 2 days, use this once, 6 times. I'd read what the indications were, the contraindications, and what the vet said. I would write these down. I'd write down the horse's symptoms and so on. From the things written on the medicine box, that little paper inside, I'd keep those and write it all down. And that's how I now have a diagnostic ability. Like 80% of the time when something happens to my horse, I call the vet and say, "Doc, is your opinion on this okay?" He says, yeah, this is good. If you have it, go ahead and use it until I get there. That is exactly how I learned, and it is incredibly important that you start writing down details about your sport horses. Now, you might be wondering, what does writing actually mean? It is simple. You can just use the Notes app on your phone to keep track of everything. When you work with your horse on that day, give it a score from 1 to 5, or maybe 1 to 10. What were you expecting from it? For example, I expected that today, when I got on my horse, I'd do the halt to canter exercise, since we've worked on it for a few sessions, to just, test it out and see how it's going, if he remembers it or does it well, if he's understood the lesson well or not. And if he did it well, I'd give him, say, a 7 or an 8. And if he did it poorly, I'd give him a 4, a 3, or a 5. Now, you can set different reasons for yourselves. Like if he was tired, I gave him this score because out of 5 repetitions, he only did it right once, so I gave him a low score. Or if what I expected from him was just very different. He just didn't cooperate with me at all today, and you can set this in your own mind. You can fix it there. For instance, I've never given a horse a 10 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10, never. Because I've always had this expectation that it could have been better. I could have ridden better. It could have been a better exercise with him. The exercise could have been set up differently so the horse, I always think there's a better way. I've never given horses or my rider a 10 out of 10. The highest score in my training system is always an 8.5. I mean, I've never given a 9 or a 10 out of 10 to anyone, and not to my riders in my rider training system, nor in horse training. You can start doing this and write down that. For example, today his left side was bad, his right was bad. Describe it. Today he was calm, he was very energetic, he was nervous, or he might not have cooperated much today. He was just listless. When you write these down, after a week, when you look back at it, you realize, the conditions, how I worked, how my decisions were good for this type of horse. Then, for example, I always go hack with this horse after jumping, and it's worked, but with another horse, after jumping, I went hack, went for a walk outside the club, and it didn't work for me. The next training session, he got a very low score from me, and after a month or two of check-in like this, you say, man, look how much I'm now making decisions for each type of horse. That's one. Two, you've surely experienced a time when you practiced at home, and then when you went to a competition, you saw you didn't get that result, okay? And sometimes the competition was canceled, you came to the club and jumped, and you saw, for example, what kind of response you got and so on. You can write this down. For example, in that competition where I placed with this horse, I worked like this from the beginning of the week or up to 2 weeks before. I lunged him after his training, for example. I did a certain type of gymnastics line, or before my competition, I rode a course. Which exercise worked better so that I placed in that competition that day, finished first to third, and got a good response from my horse. Now, for my next competition, and the more important one coming up, I'll repeat that same weekly rhythm for my horse. What did I feed him before the show? Did I give extra feed? When you write it down, it's recorded, and you'll always remember. You can refer back to it, because the mind is forgetful. Sometimes, if I were to ask you how you trained last week, you wouldn't remember. Surely, you could only see generally, I rode him twice and lunged him once. But how did you lunge him? Did he start on the left lead or the right? How well was his jumping scored? In your jump-in session, your goal was, say, to start at 110 and finish the course at 130 with 5 reps. But it went so poorly, he was sloppy with his front or back legs, that I ended up repeating the course 9 or 10 times. Well, all this needs to be recorded for your decision making. Like, I did something yesterday with the SMAH, 2 days before that, this muscle was tired and recovery wasn't right. Writing can really help you. Often, when you get home and write down what you learned from your coach, you might forget parts. Then you can go back and ask your coach about those parts the next day. When you finally ask, that is when the real magic happens for you. So what is it that you truly want? When you go and ask about your problem or that point you forgot, it stays in your mind for the rest of your life. For instance, they say people who cheat always remember the specific thing they cheated on because it mattered so much and they did it with such intensity. But the subjects they got high grades in might be long forgotten, while they remember the moment they cheated and even the question for years. And this is very important. Write down what you've learned, even your struggles. That way, when you're heading to practice, say I have a lesson today, an hour before, on the way, or if I'm early at the stable, I can check my phone notes. Here's my issue. If I'm jumping today, I need to keep my head up. The coach told you that last session. Keep a rhythm. If I ride today, I'll focus intensely on my rhythm. I won't let the coach have to tell me again. I won't make the same mistake and have the coach repeat himself. Write down your weak points and always review them before training. See if, after a month or two, you've crossed them off. Was the problem actually solved, or do you perhaps need to change your horse, your coach, your mindset, or maybe even your entire city? Take a moment to really think about what needs to shift. Basically, see if something needs to change and then make that change. Sorry for being so general. I'll mention this briefly and move on, because our focus, let's not forget, is on description, note-taking, and the power of diagnosis. But let me add one more point. I always say that with modern training systems, you should test yourself every 3 months. If after 3 months you haven't learned anything and haven't reached any new success with your trainer, success is just that learning. Even if one lesson sinks deep into your mind, that's okay, okay? If you see you haven't made progress, you must change something. Change your trainer, your club, your horse, your city, or even your country. It's impossible to look back after 3 months and say, I learned nothing, I'm still right there. That's a problem that needs solving. Let's move on to the diagnosis. Writing can help you very, very much. Studying can help you a lot. Look, I'm not saying, well, yeah, you'll learn by studying. No. Studying in a way that when you're reading a page or a point from that book, you don't need to start reading from the beginning. If you see you're not a reader, look at the book and see which part is more attractive to you. Go and just read that one piece for now. It's better than not reading the whole thing and having it just sit in your library. Go read that one piece. Then visualize it in your mind. As you're reading, it says a horse whose back is stuck, a horse whose, muscles, a horse that's afraid of a fence, then how to, for example, eliminate its fear like this. In your mind, visualize those things that happened at the club, what you worked on with your trainer, or for example, another rider you saw with another trainer at the club. Visualize them for yourself. You'll see that for the rest of your life, those book texts are in your mind. And this time when you get on the horse and you want to make a decision yourself and someone asks you, what should I do about this? You can easily answer them. And you yourself, while you're on the horse, can quickly and correctly make a decision regarding that exercise. These words that eventually turn into written language, like even when you are deeply engaged in reading, that process of reading can really profoundly affect your mind, your perspective, and ultimately your own personal power of diagnosis and critical thinking. I was like this myself, that the different books I read, when I went to the club, I saw everything completely. It was as if the writings turned into movement, turned into animation, turned into people's movements, turned into a movie. And that's how it happened that everyone tells me that you can very easily transfer the things you know to others. I'm transferring those same books with the difference that I understood those books, because when I was reading afterwards, when I came to the club, I saw everything visually, as it were. This part where it said in the book, if, for example, the horse got scared, do this, pet it. And now it came to jump a new fence, for example, the horse stopped short, it had a refusal. For example, the rider with one hand, for example, petted it. They lowered the fence and came again. I mean, it's really that specific book, and that book was recorded so much more deeply in my mind. And that's exactly how I can more easily, I learned to be able to easily transfer all the materials I learned from the book, from the trainer, and from different people to other individuals. Well, so far, the people who have been in contact with me, that's been their opinion. Now, if you happen to have a different opinion, I'd be very happy if you'd write it for me in the comments. I am always ready to learn, and I'd love to talk about it at any time you like. If we go live together, or talk together, or even come on the channel, I want to invite any type of person who is active in the equestrian industry, those who really want to talk about training, education, and share their golden tips. There are so many voices that deserve to be heard more, and I welcome them all with open arms. I would really love for this to happen and for us to talk more about these important points, because I truly feel like there is so much more that needs to be said. Private clubs, closed doors, this is my knowledge, only I know how to train, only I know how to ride, I know how this horse. Let's get away from that me attitude. Let's become a we. Let's be the ones who help all these young riders who become horse owners, the new people coming in. So many horses in the industry face health issues, they go lame, they have tendon problems, muscle issues. Look at how many new treatment methods have been found now. Well, what's the reason? The reason is that we felt a need, a number of scientists and doctors and researchers and created treatment methods for our needs. Now someone should come and say, hey, work in a way so that doesn't happen, or at least happens very rarely. I'm not saying there are no sports injuries, but the amount of sports injuries we have in the global industry, which people talk about so little, well, it's truly regrettable. And when it comes to teaching, many just say, I won't teach this, I won't say this, I know it, but I won't share. What do you lose? Am I gonna take your horse, or is your student gonna come to me? We are all supposed to engage in healthy competition, and that is exactly why you always see so many riders out there. Unfortunately, when you take a closer look at their past and their life history, you realize it really wasn't a very brilliant history at all. They worked like machines. Their lives ended. Goodbye. And we have many great people who have knowledge, and their words should reach others and the next generation. Not like, hey, unless you pay, I won't teach you this. Believe me, if you teach me, I'll get more students, I'll train better horses. The more students I train, the more horses I train. My horse owners will trust me more. I'll need horses, I'll buy a horse from you, I'll buy from him, I'll buy from her, and all of this works together to bring life to this industry. Fewer riders falling, fewer horses having problems, fewer injections, fewer nerve blocks in horses' legs, fewer muscle problems so that when you run a hand over a horse's back, it doesn't buck 5 times. You know, my whole point is that we should really diagnose the issue first and then look at what treatment methods exist, what specific training methods exist to solve that problem and train through it, and then start implementing it. And at that crucial moment of implementation, the person themselves must have some actual experience. And honestly, it's not that simple. We just want to talk about it, discuss it, and know that such a thing actually exists. You know what it's like? It's like I'm studying cinema. I'm still a first semester student at the University of Arts, and I'm studying cinema. Then I go to see a movie, and my professor says, "No, you shouldn't watch this movie. Will you even understand that you're watching this movie? I have to see this movie and see maybe it's the best movie in the world and 1,000 techniques were used in it that I, an art oats and a first semester student, don't understand. But I watch it and set goals for myself. And if somewhere in university while I'm studying, they tell me something, suddenly I remember that scene. Oh, how interesting. This lesson he's telling us today, I've seen it before. It was used there. How much for my mind? I learn faster, I grow up faster, I become knowledgeable in that science sooner. If someone teaches me the theory, and more importantly, after 5 years, after 10 years, now that I've fully learned the science, I watch that video again and watch that movie again, I have a different perspective. And this is very different from the story of, "Sir, study your lesson, then go watch that movie." No. Look, you know nothing, don't ask questions, how to train, don't say anything, you just work. Be a groom, be a rider, just ride every day, get my work done, get your salary. If you stayed healthy and didn't get kicked and didn't fall off a young horse and stayed alive, okay, those who made it, now they get somewhere. Now I'll tell you what the story is. Now you'll understand yourself, there's no need for me to tell you. No, we truly want to learn together and grow together, and more importantly, we really feel for our horses and care about their well-being. We don't want our horses to be in a trial and error system, testing if this exercise is good for them, this is bad, this method is good, that method. We want that when we take responsibility for training a horse, well, I'm responsible for that horse's health too. I am responsible for that horse's health. That horse should level up healthy and sound, grow healthy and sound. Huh? This is very important. So start writing. Write down your mashkalatano. Write down what you learned. Describe your horses. Write adjectives for them. Today was good, bad, how was it? Record what you do with them. Even write down the bits you practice with and have tested. And maybe write down the exercises you've done, the distances, like, look, today I saw it's like this, I set the distance like this. Instead of say 6.5 meters, I made it 7 meters. It works better at 7 meters. If in 3 weeks or 2 weeks you're setting such an exercise in your mind again, and you've jumped that same exercise with 4 other horses since morning, when you get to this horse, you'll remember that. Aha, this horse doesn't work with this distance. Let me open this up a bit. And this helps you a lot to make better decisions and is kind of a guarantee for your work. I hope I was able to get the point across correctly. Anyway, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a comment, share your thoughts, and let's stay in touch. Wishing you success in time.